I'm Ben, and this is Mechanics Explained. Today I want to spend some time talking about the dexterity mechanic. Now, if you haven't heard already, I'll be running actually a dexterity game design challenge in February based on making a dexterity game within like about 24 hours. So I will link a video with more info to that there. If you live in the Chicago suburbs area, you should absolutely check it out. But the dexterity mechanic is, I think, one of the most versatile mechanics because I define it very, very broadly. I would say that a dexterity mechanic is anything in a board game where your physical acting on the piece or acting on an element with it matters based on the skill of your acting. So we're not talking about rolling dice, although that is using dexterity because you're picking up a die and you're rolling it. This is like tossing a piece onto a board, and where it lands is where you land. And so this dexterity mechanic really walks the line between a board game and maybe almost like a sport, right? The difference between those two starts to become more and more thin. I want to talk about the dexterity mechanic today using this cute little game, Voices in My Head. It's worth noting that a lot of dexterity games are just about dexterity, think Jenga or Operation, but this game, Voices in My Head, just has a dexterity element, and it's kind of a light dexterity element, so we're going to show that off. There's a lot else going on here, but one of the things that you get to do is you get to play certain abilities that allow you to put a little token on one of these little boards, and these control your influence of that part of the person's mind. Now, to do that, you take the token and you insert it into one of these just like that, and then you push it slowly and in one direction using your little paddle. Now you get to choose what that direction is, especially because you generally want to try and eventually push off your opponent's tile, pushing in one direction, not letting it go past the thing, and boom, I knocked off one of those tokens. That's the goal. That's the dexterity bit. That's Voices in My Head, and that's the dexterity mechanic. Let me know in the comments what your favorite dexterity game is, what you think of the dexterity mechanic in general. And as always, be sure to follow for more board game content like this, and some goofy stuff sometimes.